Okay, had a problem when we were pouring a second slab. Here's the first slab I poured. It was a nice cooler day, maybe 60, 70 degrees. Had enough dry time. Didn't set up too quick. This slab here set up too quick. I was just barely able to screech it off with a 2x4, so it's really rough. So what I did was I rented a concrete grinding machine. So far I went over this area here one pass real lightly. What I'm going to do is, I'm probably not going to be able to get it as smooth as this slab here, obviously. But I'm just going to try to knock down some of the high spots so it isn't so rough. And back here, I ended up filling some of this in with mortar mix, some high strength mortar mix. And because I ended up a little bit short on concrete too. So that I put that mortar mix in while it's still wet. Concrete was still not 100% dry. So it sticks good. It's real sticky. The way this machine works, I'll show you. I'm going to turn off the gas here. Turn that gas off. And what you can tip it. It weighs about 200 or 300 pounds, I'd say. Okay, so it's an Edco surface grinder for grinding concrete. It's a gasoline powered one. You buy these grinding blocks and you knock them in with a wedge. And you got 6 of them, so you can cover a pretty big area. They also rent a diamond plate one, a diamond wheel grinder, which is a lot smaller. It's probably the size of one of these wheels here, maybe 8-10 inches across. This has got a double wheel, so I'll show you how it works. All I want to do is knock off some of the high spots. There's still going to be some dips and valleys in here, but at least I won't have to bust it all apart and re-pour it. It's a pole barn, so it's not that important that it needs to be 100% smooth. Okay, here's a problem you might run into with this grinder. If it catches on some deep rut, the blocks will fly out. I've had that happen a couple times. I think the best thing I may do is soak these wedges in water a little bit so I can get them in there nice and tight. Alright guys, after about 4 or 5 hours with that concrete grinder, this is what I got. I had the rental for a day, so I just did about 4 or 5 hours worth. I probably could have got this better if I had more time, but for a pole barn, this is good enough, I'd say. Came out pretty level. There's still some pits in areas where I could probably fill in with some mortar mix. This was the first pour. That one came out a lot better. This was poured on a day when it was about 65 degrees. This was poured on a day 95 degrees, and it dried too quick before I was able to level it up and smooth it up good. But the concrete leveling machine, that grinder, worked out good. Got it level enough so you ain't gonna trip over any high spots.